everyone. Welcome to another episode of EHAB Sells San Diego. If you're joining for the first time, welcome. I'm EHAB. I'm a realtor with Compass here in downtown San Diego. Today I'm coming to you from my backyard in Mission Hills. It is roughly the third week of quarantine here in San Diego. So, I know it's hard for everybody. It's been kind of crazy for us too. But, we're all in it together. Hopefully you're all staying safe and healthy, and we will get through this soon. So, fingers crossed. For today, I wanted to change it up a little bit, and rather than be the one to do all the talking, I decided to invite my good friend Greg Welch. He is a loan officer with Movement Mortgage, and he's going to be talking about how this crisis has impacted the mortgage side. For anybody who's bought a home or owns a home here in San Diego, you know that obtaining a mortgage, getting the financing, refinancing the home once you own it, these are all integral parts of home ownership. And some of the slight changes that we're seeing will have impact for a lot of you out there. So Greg, welcome. Thanks for joining.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I appreciate being here, but wanted to go over a few things to, kind of calm your nerves or
Perfect.
Answer some questions. So any information you have or you need, please ask a professional. There are plenty of professionals like myself and EHAB to get your questions answered, to make sure that you're comfortable. Or if we don't know the specific answer, we're the ones that know where to find those answers and to get that information for you in a reliable, safe manner.
And I'll put your contact information at the end of the video so that anybody who does have any questions can reach out to you directly as well.
Oh, of course, anytime.
Yeah.
Email, text, call, but I can't go anywhere, so I'm always here.
We're all stuck here anyway, so please call us.
Yes, please.
I had a couple questions that I thought would be interesting to touch on. What are you seeing for buyers right now? Somebody's coming to take out a new loan. What are some things that are important for them to be aware of, and what's changed over the last couple weeks?
So we have seen some very big changes in credit requirements. So credit scores on government products, most conventional products, have gone up. But anytime that you're trying to improve your credit file is not a bad thing. It's great for the good run, for the long run. It's great for the short term. It gets your financial portfolio in check to get things moving. So what I do is I offer a free service to any of my clients. If we pull that credit and it does look like there's room for improvement, or if we have a goal of where to get you, maybe that goal is not going to be met in 30 to 60 days. Maybe it's more of a 90-day or 6 month. But then at least we know where to go to get you where you want to go. Yes, there are obstacles, but there are ways around it. We can certainly find ways to get you where you want to be.
You mentioned some of the down payment requirements. Like, I know I've worked with a lot of first-time buyers who've gone in as low as 3.5% or 5%. Tell me a little bit about what's changing there.
A lot of programs that helped a home buyer with down payment assistance, those are considered bond programs by the states, have been suspended, and they were suspended for 60 days. So that's not to say that they won't come right back or that they won't be suspended for another 60 days. So what we need to do is look for ways to get that down payment. Either that's through savings or through family gifts, that's still available. And there are still low down payment options, but now more than ever, it's essential to talk to a professional so that we can come up with a game plan that works for you financially, whether that's holding off for just a minute and saving a little more money, or finding a different program with maybe a first and second combination, or there's just a lot of different ways to look at it, and each scenario is a little bit different, but we need to have those quality conversations.
What's happening right now with jumbo loans? Because obviously here in San Diego, we are a higher price point than other parts of the country. How has that been impacted?
So jumbo loans have been greatly impacted. To be honest, the rates are a little higher than they should be right now. But there are options. So there are either a larger down payment or doing a first and second combination. And some people don't really want that second mortgage, but knowing that if this is what we need to get you where you need to be, there's always options of refinancing when things settle down later. Jumbos are tricky right now, just because the credit is tight. So you need to not only have a down payment, but have reserves available, and to know what classifies as a reserves and how many months you need. So again, having these conversations of getting you where you want to go to make sure that you're set up properly. But just going gung ho and hoping it works isn't really the way we're operating anymore. Previously when the rules were a little more relaxed, it was more likely to get approved. Whereas now we really need to know that we've got a plan in place and we know what the guidelines are.
Yeah, shifting gears a little bit to people that actually already have a home. With everything that's going on, we've been hearing in the news about a lot of mortgages are now doing a lot of forbearance. What does that exactly entail? What does that mean for somebody who is, currently impacted by the crisis, has a mortgage to pay? Talk to me a little bit about that and what that impact is.
This is probably the hottest topic right now is forbearance. So forbearance basically suspends your payment. It is not eliminating that payment. There's a lot of fine print. So basically, when you forbear your loan, you're not making payments for 60 days, 90 days, however long you're approved for. However, what people aren't understanding is that the implications on your credit file or the fine print in that forbearance. Yes, you don't have to make a payment for 3 months, but then now there's a balloon payment on that 4th month. But you need to make sure that you've read between the lines, you've read all the fine print of what happens after this. So please don't use forbearance as a way to just suspend your payment to pay your mortgage or to put something in savings. Really only use forbearance if it is absolutely necessary. If you've been furloughed, if you're out of work, if it is a last resort option, that's what forbearance is. It's not just to give everyone a break. You're eventually going to have to pay this money back. Just to make sure, this is very, very important that you understand what forbearance means and what the details are from your servicer.
Yeah, and I think thank you for clarifying, because I think there is a misconception that it is some kind of grant and that you don't have to pay and you just bounce back to where you normally were afterwards. And that's definitely not the case. And there are some implications. So thank you for clarifying that. What's happening with cash out refinancing? Is that an option that people can use if they are hitting some hard times right now?
100%. Rates are still good. There are still lots of options for cash out refinance to pay off debts, high interest credit card debt, whatever it may be. We can roll those into your mortgage payment and take advantage of the equity in your home. Or you may want to just take some of that equity now as a safety net, just to have it, just to keep it in your bank account for emergencies. If you're worried about liquidity and what you've got in savings, or maybe making some improvements, cash out refinances are still a fantastic option when appropriate. These are things that prop up our economy. There's still options out there. We're not at a standstill. Yes, we have slowed way down because we have to adapt and overcome in the situation that we're in, but there are still options for people that have homes, people that still need money or want to save money. There's lots of options for you out there.
And I think that you touched on an important point. We're not stopped. Homes are still coming on the market, homes are still going into escrow, homes are still closing. So everything is still 100%. Operating. It's just under slightly different circumstances than what we're normally accustomed to. And we just have to adapt to those changes. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you taking the time. And, I'll put your contact information up at the end of this. So anybody who has any questions for either myself or Greg, feel free to reach out to both of us. And we're both more than happy to help. All right. Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Greg. All right. So again, thank you so much for joining. And I hope you're all well and staying safe. If you like what you see, of course, feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave me comments. I'm going to put my contact information as well as Greg's information at the end. So if you do have any questions about either lending or real estate in general, feel free to reach out to us directly. We'll be more than happy to help. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.